My final case study was about Krispy Kreme's wonderful donuts. And I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but Krispy Kreme actually gave away 30 million donuts since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. So that's what I decided to research. Now, the official name of this campaign is titled Acts of Joy. And as you guys know, in the beginning of March 2020, the world went crazy. Coronavirus took over the nation, it took over the globe. And just like many other businesses, Krispy Kreme was trying to figure out ways they could stay afloat, because at the end of the day, they're just a bakery. They're a donut shop, you know what I mean? So not really considered essential enough. But still in all, everyone has to make a living. Now, unlike other businesses that just adapted to the coronavirus by following CDC guidelines, Krispy Kreme actually went a step further, and they wanted to figure out how could they actually be of help, during the pandemic. How can they help their customers cope with these brand new feelings and unfamiliar, days ahead? So the first thing that they wanted to do to help relieve stress or just provide some type of relief for their customers was thank frontline healthcare workers, which was actually a popular trend, during, well, I guess when COVID first started. I hate to say it like that because like it's still a thing, but yeah, when COVID first started, a lot of people were trying to figure out ways they can thank frontline workers. Well, Krispy Kreme actually gifted a box of donuts to any given healthcare provider. How did they do this? Great question. So, Krispy Kreme, this Acts of Joy campaign actually started in April of 2020. So it only took them a month to figure out what they wanted to do, how they wanted to implement, and to get the ball rolling. Um, so they designated these days of the week for certain personnel, beginning with healthcare workers. Whatever day it was, say like the healthcare provider will walk into a Krispy Kreme on a Tuesday, well, then they qualify for a free box of donuts, just for being a healthcare professional and just because it was Tuesday. Well, Krispy Kreme saw how much of a smile and how much of a positive impact that this had on healthcare workers. So they decided to take it up a notch and include educators. So educators then got their own day to come get some free donuts. And then after the educators came the students. So like you can kind of see a trend. It's kind of affecting. I know everybody was affected by COVID, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Krispy Kreme was kind of targeting certain groups, that I don't want to say it affected the most, but that was affected by the pandemic. So everybody got their weekly day. All they had to do was prove that they qualified in any way, shape, or form. So the guidelines were not strict. You didn't have to download an app or create an account or scan a QR code. You didn't have to do any of that. All you had to do was, hey, I'm a healthcare worker. Look at my work ID. Run me my donuts. Hey, I'm a student. I just graduated. Look at my school ID. Run me my donuts. So this obviously had a positive, got lots of positive feedback from all types of target audiences. And that's what I thought was really genius about this campaign, is that it wasn't one specific target audience that Krispy Kreme aimed to satisfy. They just wanted to help any and everybody. So they even had a 2-for-1 special that anybody qualified for. If you bought one box of original glaze donuts, you get another box free. Now that free box, the intention behind that was so you can safely drop off that box to your neighbor or to your friend, you know, still kind of lifting the spirits of COVID, or the people that were affected by COVID. And basically, Krispy Kreme just wanted to spread joy, and they wanted to. Oh, sorry, someone entered the waiting room. Basically, Krispy Kreme just wanted to spread joy to as many people as possible, and they just wanted people to not feel stressed when they walked into a Krispy Kreme, donut shop. They just wanted good vibes, positive vibes, and they wanted to help neighbors, friends, family alike. Oh. So, how did this turn out for Krispy Kreme? Well, this Acts of Joy campaign is definitely considered a success because of multiple reasons. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, if Krispy Kreme is just giving away 30 million donuts, how are they even staying afloat in the middle of a pandemic? That was also a question that I had, but it turns out that this tactic actually brought in lots of business for Krispy Kreme. It also earned them they also received over 6,000 earned media stories just off of this campaign alone. Their social media posts received about a 500,000 engagements. And they also utilize the paid promotions features on Instagram and Facebook, and they got over 100,000 shares, over 20,000 comments on social media. So not only did this campaign boost morale, it also boosted, their following on social media. It gave them lots of good press. And the chief marketing officer, his name is Dave Skinner, or Dave Skeena. I can't pronounce the last name, but he actually came on the record and said that despite them giving away so much free product, their sales actually increased each month. Like it's just really weird, really odd. But I'm definitely glad that this case ended like this. I'm glad that Krispy Kreme got the overwhelming amount of good press, because this is commendable, in my opinion. Like, for a company to step up and figure out, one, how are we going to help our people? That's big, especially now, and on top of that, it's a pandemic. Like, a lot of businesses are suffering, a lot of restaurants, a lot of franchises, a lot of people are just trying to keep their head above water. So for a corporation to feel like, maybe we should give stuff away, I think that that's pretty big. The last slide is just the principles that I found in this case. One, my favorite, know your Publix. You got to know your Publix. Obviously, Krispy Kreme knew the public needed some type of way to just smile for a day. The second principle I found was law of primacy. They were the first to even give out any type of anything. Like I said, they started in April 2020. People were still trying to wrap their head around COVID, still trying to plan about how long, is this pandemic gonna last. They were still in the planning stages, while Krispy Kreme was already had their marketing plan figured out. The third one I found was timing. Communications with Publix is necessary. Audience participation, you got to make it easy for the people to participate, which Krispy Kreme embodied very well.